Should you get yourself in real estate? That is the question that everybody asks themselves, and I want to come to you with an answer that I have talked about before in the channel, but not in the way that I'm going to talk about it today. I want to come to you not just with the reasons as to why you should get yourself into real estate, but I want to condense the information that everybody has online. Everybody wants to teach you how to get into real estate so that you can buy a course from them. Everybody wants to tell you that you should get into it without giving you how to get into it and why it is so important that you get yourself into real estate. I believe that that is one of the best industries, and I want to come to you today with two main things. I want to give you a little bit of a history class on why real estate and why you should consider it. And two, I want to give you 3 reasons as to why you should always be invested in real estate as a secondary business. I don't believe that you should get yourself into real estate full time if you don't know what real estate is and exactly how to do it. If you're going to do it with the hand of a person that knows what they're doing, that can teach you how to do it, that is going to mentor you, then good, go into it full time. But real estate is a very tough industry if you don't know what you're doing. So today I want to give you 3 reasons as to why to get into real estate as a secondary business, as a side hustle, or as a way to diversify your portfolio versus giving you a way as to why you should get into it full time. Now, let's get out of the way why you should invest your money into real estate while having a primary business in a different industry. Like for example, in my case, my industry is insurance. That's where I make my money. And if you want me to go deeper as to why and how I picked insurance for my primary income or my primary business, comment below so I can do a video showing you a step-to-step guide on how I picked the industry, but how you can also maximize the money that you can make in that industry. By the way, if you're looking for an opportunity that can change your life and that can have limitless income potential, but also limitless growth potential, hit me up, go to my Instagram, send me a DM, and we'll chat about it. Now, with that being said, I picked insurance. Real estate is going to be a second industry that I kind of picked and went into after. And the reason why you want to pick that one is because real estate has made the most millionaires in history. It's not insurance, it's not real estate, it is real estate, but I'm saying if you go into it full time, real estate has been the industry that has created the most millionaires ever. Insurance isn't, so why did I pick insurance, right? And real estate is actually something that is easier than people think if you don't go into it full time. That's why I'm a huge believer into getting a business that is dripping money, that is giving you the income that you need, and then going and taking that income and putting it into a real asset, into real estate. So if you ever wonder why people get into real estate, why everybody talks about it, why everybody's so excited about it, I'm going to leave the 3 reasons why for the end of the video, and I'm going to get to it right now, but just know that the reasons are very, very, very simple. The reason is the fact that it has made the most amount of millionaires and billionaires, and it actually has very many ways to get into it without it being your primary income driver. My name is Andrew Pizzi. I'm an investor and entrepreneur out of Las Vegas, and I want to welcome you to the AP Show, where I'll be focusing on how you can build a great life around health, wealth, love, and happiness, and how to do it step to step. With all of that being said, I want to jump right into today's video, but please do me 3 favors. Hit the like button so that YouTube can push this content out to more people. Subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss the content that I drop every single Monday. And comment below with anything that you think about today's video or any future topics that I should be reviewing in the channel. With that being said, I want to give you 3 examples as to why and how you can get yourself into real estate. You can be somebody like me. I have my business, I have my stuff that is producing me all the money, and I go and pick and choose what properties I want to get into. I manage them myself, I pick them myself, and I go and do all the work. You can go do that, or you can do what a friend of mine does. He's actually an attorney. He partners up with somebody that is already in real estate, and all he does is provides the capital so that that guy can go and flip homes, and they split the profit 50-50. As you can see, the two of us are having our businesses. He has a law firm, I have my insurance company, and we both are involved in real estate, but we do it differently without it being our primary income driver. Now, he does it that way because he has other businesses. He owns like 5-6 different types of business. So he went and picked a guy that was doing a good job at flipping. The guy ran out of money and he became the capital investor in that business. I'm doing it more for the long-term rental income and all the benefits that I'm going to talk about later. So I go and pick the properties myself. What is the third way? The third way on that is actually becoming a full-time real estate investor. And you can actually see guys like Grant Cardone, Chris Crone, Ryan Pineda. All those guys are actually full-time in the industry, and they actually are wealthy by doing that. So you have 3 ways and 3 different things that actually can make you a lot of money. And 2 of them are passive, meaning not passive, but passive meaning you're not full-time involved into that industry. With all of that being said, I want to give you the 3 reasons why, regardless on what way you choose to do it, you have to get into real estate. The reason number 1 to invest in real estate might sound really simple, but it's the biggest reason in my opinion, and that is appreciation. Not only is your property going to go up every single year that you own it, and you're still making the same payments, or ideally your tenant is making those payments for you, so you have a free property sort of, but also you're going to have a protection against inflation. What I mean by that is the following. If there's 2, 3, 5% inflation every single year, and you park your money in a property that goes up with inflation, you're going to get to year 30 with a paid off property that cost you say $300,000-$400,000 total, and it's going to be worth $600,000-$700,000. So you're going to have appreciation in an asset instead of having your money parked in a bank account. So always you want to put money into things that are going to appreciate in time, because what happens is that your dollar loses value unless you put it somewhere that increases their price or their value with the inflation rate that we're going through right now. For example, we're going through 8, 10, 20% depending on what reports you see. If you have a property, that property is going to go up 8, 10, 20, 30% or whatever, rate the inflation is going. If you had the money in cash, that money is losing 10, 20, 30%, whatever the inflation rate is. Reason number 2 to get into real estate is because it's a fairly passive investment and income, depending on whether you do it yourself, like the way that I do, or you put a property manager in it. What does that mean? What that means is if I do it myself, it's not going to be as passive as if I hire a property manager who handles everything for me. What that means is that if you hire a property manager, that person or that company is going to be responsible for the repairs. That company is going to be responsible for finding a tenant. That company is going to be responsible for drawing a contract. That person is going to be responsible for everything that involves the property. Thereby, you can go and put that focus back into your business, or you can do it the way that I do it, which is because I don't have that many properties and I only have like 4 or 5, I think right now, you're going to be able to manage it yourself so you can save that money and you can also be in the management of the property. But advantage or reason number 2 to get into real estate is the fact that you can make it passive if you do it the right way. So it's always better to do it passive than to do it active, because when you do it passive, you allow yourself to be able to focus on your primary income or your primary business. The only reason why I don't do it really is not just to save money, but I just like it. I just like it to go and look at the properties. I like to go and find a tenant. I like to go and deal with problems. I just do like it. At least for the first few properties, I will be doing it myself so that I know when somebody's screwing me over and what they should be charging me for that service. Reason number 3 is the tax advantages that you can get when you invest in real estate. I'm going to break this down into 2 categories because it depends on whether you choose to do it passively or you choose to do it actively. The passive side of it is when you invest in a property, you're going to get a depreciation tax break that is in the IRS code. This is not illegal. This is not avoiding taxes. This is not anything that you shouldn't be doing. This is written in the code that you can depreciate a property in 27.5 years. What that means is you take the value of the property, let's say it's $275,000 that the property cost you, you can deduct $10,000 for 27.5 years against any profits that you have. So if you do it passively, you have 10 grand every single year that you can deduct against any income or any profit that that property generated. On the other hand, and it becomes more interesting, if you're a real estate professional, and you can look that up or talk to your CPA about what that means and how you can become one, when you do that, you can actually depreciate the property against your active income. What that means is if you can deduct $100,000 of your real estate and you made $100,000 in your active income, you can wipe that tax liability off completely and pay 0 in taxes. And again, go consult that with your CPA because you do have to be what's called a real estate professional in order for you to be able to take advantage of this. But your real estate can wipe your tax liability on your active income from your insurance agency, from your law firm, or whatever you do if you do it the right way. So appreciation, which is tax advantages, and passive income are the 3 biggest reasons why people are getting into real estate day in and day out. Because trust me, everybody wants to get into real estate or are getting into real estate. So you don't want to miss the bus and you want to go get into that vehicle that can make you a lot of money. With all of that being said, I appreciate you watching until the end. And as always, go to Instagram, give me a follow, and ask me any questions that you have. Leave any comments below in the video with your thoughts about it or any future topics that I should be reviewing. Take care, everybody.